Hello, today what I'm going to do is go over the February 2021 Apocabox. But I also have in here some fire starters that came in the December 2020 Apocabox that I'm going to review today. Just see how they light up and such. And it's a video that I've wanted to do for a while, but I've been waiting for a good sunny day. I've been waiting for a good sunny day to do this because I want to use this charred rope and the eye patch mirror to start a fire. But I've tried this in moderate, kind of cloudy, just a little haze over top of the sun, and this would not work. You have to have a bright sun for this to work. That's what I have found the times that I've tried it. You want a good, hot, bright sun, and then there's no problem. So we're going to light up this and just light up a quick fire by using the eye patch. This is damp material that rained here last night. First off, let's talk the patch knife that was in this month's kit. It's right here. It's a Kydex sheath. These here are the breakaway knots. You pull that, and as you see, it comes right out. Now, this here will not come out during normal use unless you pull on it. So I'm going to tie this again. I want to tie this really tight, this knot here, like that. Pull this down, just like that. And now it stays on there. It's pretty good. But if I get hooked, it will come off. Now the patch knife itself, that is the wrap that I used right there. And works nice. Now this here is a sharp knife. This one is a great little carver for sure. Carves very nice. It was called a patch knife because people that use muzzle loaders used to cut a little patch of cloth to wrap around a piece of shot that they stuffed down the barrel. That would help with any kind of air that was escaping when it shot, the compression. That would make sure it had a tight seal. I'm waiting for the sun to come back out so I could show you how the eye patch works. Big long cloud just came right across the sun. So I'm waiting on that. So this here is the patch knife. And now I'm going to show you the pocket knife that was also in this month's kit. Now this has a straight blade. And it also has a serrated blade. And how you use this, when this comes out, the back side here is your lock. Like that. It works well. As well. It's a Schrade product, which I have many Schrade products and love them. Also has a clip for your belt right here. And fairly lightweight. While I wait for the clouds to pass the sun, I'm gonna go over some of the pieces of gear that we got in the Apocabox this month. And there was a Lamb's Quarters Wild Edible of the Month identification sheet. I did not bring that out today since I brought everything in a haversack, but it's a sheet with all the information, the different parts of the plant for identification, how to harvest, and so on. Very informative sheet about Lamb's Quarters, the plant. Also, he gave a packet of Lamb Quarters seeds that he harvested himself. He did a video recently showing how he prepared Lamb's Quarters, and he used the seeds from that same lot that he got the Lamb's Quarters for the video. So very cool. Now this here is a, where is it here? Apocabox 100% cotton canvas barracks bag. This is 18 by 27 with a straw string on the top, right there. And this can be laid down, stuff put on top. It can be filled full of many materials, your clothing and so on. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my jacket off before I get into bed, especially in cold weather, and I'll throw it into my sleeping bag sack or something like this to use as a pillow. So you can use this as a pillow. It is long enough that if I wanted to, I could fill it full of leaves and such and use it as an emergency cot if I needed one to get up off the ground. If I was close and hurt and I couldn't gather around, I could just scoop this up, throw this in and, you know, scoot over and sit on this, lean against a tree or something. Then this here could keep the conduction from the ground sucking my body heat from me. So there's just many, many uses for something like this. The next item is this Crkt Spork multi-tool. Now, this is also a can opener right here and a bottle opener. Now they do call this a box cutter. It would have to be sharpened up. It could cut cardboard, but it is not sharp. It is not sharp. But it's a nice little spork, and I've seen myself use the ma'am fork a few times for eating different items. So you see, I have a lot of the Apocabox gear right on my keys. So this here is just a good addition. It's nice and light, but it will come in handy if needed. They also supplied us with a bag with a micro spool of snare wire for squirrels and small game. Now this here is very compact and would be great for a kit. This here is a pocket field guide. It was written by James Burleigh, and snaring squirrels for survival. And it has many setups. It has ways to prepare them, the squirrels, and a squirrel can be a great survival food. So a very good read. I've looked through it and such myself, and I'm liking it for sure. But having this here, I can add more snares in this, or more snare wire as well. And I have a little emergency snare bag. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put that book right in here. And I think that is also very good to carry this in here, just as long as it doesn't get wet, of course. Because if I'm stressed out and such, this here can focus my mind, and it can bring back some tricks or tips that I may not be able to gather at that moment because I'm stressed. Lastly is a pair of spring steel micro tweezers. Great for a first aid kit, great for a lot of different kits for getting splinters out. Just many uses for a good pair of tweezers. Now what we're going to do is get back to some fire making. Got a pretty good hot sun there right now. If I can get stuff out here before it goes away. I'm going to try to find the focal point. Problem is, I'm going through trees as well, and that is not a good thing. So got to move to an open spot where I've got direct sun. That's what you need for this lens to work. Pretty good sun right here. I'm going to try it. Get down here before another cloud comes. Okay, see what we can do here. I'm going to try to flatten this out some so I can see it better, and try to get this perfectly in its focal point. Oh, it's lit. I'm going to take it into my small tinder bundle here, drop this right into the center, and see if we can get a flame. This is also damp material. Oh, if I'm in view. Keep closing it up. This is very damp, but this here is just to show that the eye patch mirror does work. This may not go. Very close, very close. Oh, there we go. So if I had a better tinder bundle, this was just quick to show you that it works. I could still keep playing with that, but I think it's going to go anyhow. There we go. And that was lit with the eye patch. Very cool. So I have 3 items to test here. This here I've used with a cotton lamp wick and used it for, I would char the end and then I would use it for flint and steel to start fires. To get that, to catch the coal, the spark, and then I'd have a nice coal that I could light a fire with. This one here I'm going to light today with a ferro rod, and then you pull it back like this and it snuffs it out. This here is just a big piece of waxed natural material rope. I think it's jute, but I'm unsure. It's been a while. And then this here is jute twine that's waxed. Cut a piece of this off, and it's wrapped around a popsicle stick. What I found cool about this is Crkt used to do this while he was in Scouts. He'd take a piece of waxed jute, wrap around a popsicle stick, and gave him many pieces of material to light fires with. So I'm going to cut a piece of this, cut some of this, use this, and all with the ferro rod and see how they light. I've got a small fire lay down here. I'm going to put a piece of each and then light them all up at once. This is getting to be a long video, and if you followed this long, congratulations and thank you very much. I'm going to zoom into that fire lay and show you how this works. So this here is a piece off of that popsicle stick, and you've got to process this a little bit. I'm not going to actually light a fire, so that should be enough fine pieces to get it lit. This here I'm going to use the patch knife to just take a little piece of this off. Like that. You see how nice that works. And I'll fluff that up. Because like I said, I'm not going to start a fire. I just want to show you how this lights up. So I'm just going to do this to it. Put it right there. Move this over to here. And I have a ferro rod. I'm going to strike this up. Okay, I'm going to light this first. I'm going to plant my ferro rod, put this down, and there we go, we got flame. That quick. Moved it over there so it doesn't light the next piece. Now we'll light the next one on fire. And it's lit already as well. Now these are waxed and fused, so they'll burn a while. Now lastly, oh, little piece here still going. We're going to light this one. And she's going. And now you're supposed to be able to snuff it out by just doing this. Put it back out and she's out. So as you've seen, those 3 fire starters work very well, as I have used very similar to these and they always work well. So great addition to the December box, and I really like the February box as well. So that's going to conclude this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you watched to the end, like I said, thank you very much. And it was a fun time out here playing with fire and sharing this kit and this box with you. Take care, stay safe, all the best.